Hi, it's Emily with Emily Talks. Thank you so much for coming and joining me today. I know that I haven't posted in, I don't know, like 2 weeks or something. It's been a while since I've recorded a video. And there's a few reasons for that, particularly because of my mental health. I've been, when I was doing all of this preparation for Thanksgiving, I was overwhelmed. And that's an easy time to get overwhelmed. I don't really feel too bad about that, which is part of the reason why I felt okay taking time away from my channel to be able to put on Thanksgiving and have everything together. And it was also my son's 13th birthday, which it's really exciting to be a mom of a teenager now. It's really, really cool. The other thing that took me away from my channel, though, was, again, this feeling of not really knowing what I want my content to be about. I ended up having several videos in a row where I was basically saying, okay, this is what I think you should do, or this is information that has helped me over time. And I do want to do some videos like that. I also want to focus a lot on what is going on currently in my life for the sake of my journaling. And the reason why I still think that that's valuable for my viewers is because I understand there's a lot of people who go through the same kind of things that I do. And there's a really cool process that happens as I, go through the difficult things that I'm going through to kind of see in real time, what that process looks like of calming down, of reflecting on what's been going on, even as I'm still feeling really dysregulated. There's, hindsight is 2020. After time has passed, I can go back and review the final product of but what has happened to allow me to process what all has happened, that I'm regulated again, to say, okay, these are the different things that I utilized to be able to get to where I am right now. I also desperately want to bring visibility to what it looks like when I'm actually going through difficult symptoms. However, it does take a lot of energy and intentionality to come and make a video. And if I'm already going through something really difficult, it's hard for me to come in front of the camera. Particularly, I'm a cerebral person. I get stuck in my mind, and it's hard for me to think about, okay, what am I going to get on this camera and say right now? I just feel dysregulated, and I feel like there's just not a lot of words for what I'm currently feeling, or I am in a place where I want to be in the fog because it's where I feel comfortable. So I am, binge eating. I am watching TV. I'm not moving a lot. And part of that being in the fog includes also not wanting to be productive because I just want to, recharge my batteries. And grace plays a very important role in this, in that normally when I go into these types of phases, I will give myself that label of I'm a failure now. And I recently did, or not recently anymore, but I did a video shortly before I took this time away where I talked about failure is when I quit. Failure is when I have accepted that I'm not going to come back to a thing. And grace is when I give myself that permission to be imperfect, even permission to do things that are what I would see as self-sabotage, and accept myself, accept that I can still grow while fully understanding and knowing that what I'm currently doing is hurtful and harmful and against the progress that I want in my life. It's really tough. I think that it's also necessary for getting to the next place that I want to be, is looking at myself at my worst and fully accepting that I'm here and I'm present in my mind making this decision. A lot of times when I am in that headspace where I just want to do things that are destructive, that are old behaviors that do not serve me, I want to turn myself off intellectually at those times. I don't want to be present. I do not want to acknowledge that I am the person making these choices and that they are choices. I really want to turn that off so that I release myself from responsibility in that moment for not doing the right thing. When I do turn on that sense of responsibility, in the past, I've really taken those moments to say, I am now a failure. To do this harsh judgment and attach a label to the behavior that I'm choosing. I mean, and I don't mean to air quote that, I am choosing that. I'm choosing that behavior, and I still want to be somebody who does different, and I have opportunities all of the time to do different. That's a really cool part of this healing experience, is watching myself make the wrong decisions, choosing in my mind in that current time to make a poor decision, a decision that's hurtful to myself and to my son and to my home, and still knowing in that moment that I am the person who makes good decisions. It does seem very counterintuitive because at that moment, I'm not the person who's doing that thing. Overall, I am a person who does good. And the evidence of that is the growth that I have over time, the way that my brain has changed, and thereby my actions have changed. And I mean, sometimes my actions and then my brain, it's all interconnected, interrelated. So I've taken this time away for myself, and I don't want to label that as failure in my mind, because that's what allows me to come back here today and create another video. And over time, I want my channel to be something that is consistent, that I'm able to be here for my viewers in a way that allows you to continually connect with me, with my message. And I understand too that not having that consistent content creation, that consistent connection with y'all, my viewers, that can, out of sight, out of mind. You end up not coming back as often to be able to connect with me because there's just nothing here. And there's not more content to keep you growing that interest in this connection. So that's a real possibility of what me not showing up, a consequence of that. And I am mindful of that, and it does make me concerned that my channel is going to end. My channel could have this possibility of being something wondrous and great and prolific. And I may miss out on that opportunity if I take time away from videos and then come back, where I may start posting more regularly, but will I necessarily gain a following after that? Or will I remain, with a few dozen followers, a few dozen people subscribed, and not really a lot of interaction? Maybe, those people who have subscribed even really coming back and checking out my channel. And that is a possibility. And my life, the success of my life is bigger than just the success of this YouTube channel. And I also really believe, I truly believe, that my greatness does not have to follow the same template of typical success. I think that I have something really, really special to share, because I know that for myself, I really want this visibility and encouragement from other people, that they're sharing, that they have been through what I have been through, and they've learned something, and they've changed their life. I know how important that is. And I know that I'm not unique. If I experience something, there's got to be thousands upon thousands of people who also experience the same thing that I experience. It's a numbers game. There's so many humans out there, and we have a particular human nature, and we all live within the same world, with the same consequences, with the same ultimate goal of living and thriving. There's only so much variability that my experiences must then be repeated amongst others. And I know that if I need this message, there's somebody else out there who's just like me, that you need this message too, that you need this vulnerability, this representation, that this experience isn't unique, it's not freakish, it's also not that you are a lazy person, that you are worthless, or a bad friend, a bad mom, a bad person. That you can go through the same things that I do, or similar things that I do, that are truly demoralizing and hurtful, and you're still somebody who's worthwhile, and that there are answers, and there's things that you can change to express the beauty of who you are and what is inside of you. So I don't know when my next video is going to be, but I do know that I want to keep coming and connecting and committing to this experience. Namaste, my friends.